Good evening, everyone. We're coming from Cecil, Arkansas, recording live in front of no one in Cecil, Arkansas. We are the Franklin County Rough Riders. Today, we do have an actual special guest, one that has
Eric
been here many
Spicer.
times.
Oh, thanks for the burn.
Braxton Letting.
Good evening, everybody.
And as always, we got over here
Colt Shelby.
and the real special guest.
Eric Spicer.
Well, everybody, today we want to come to you. We're going to talk about some voting. We got Mr. Braxton here to help walk us through some of that. And I'm sure Colt will have plenty to say as well.
Yeah, we just want to get everybody involved and engaged in the special election. So it's coming up January 6th. We'll have our Senate. It'll be real simple, a real easy vote to come through. You just if you see to the left, we put everybody's phone number on the board. I don't know if you could see it. We'll put them on the website too, but I okayed it with all them. They want you to call them, question them, and see which one best fits you. We all have, everybody in this room feels differently about each one. There's attributes, there's bad things, there's good things. It's just like any person, but we want everybody to make their own mind up and find who's best going to represent Senate District 26.
That's right.
And I was talking to Braxton earlier. I actually met him with Sarah Cap. I used to hang out with his brother a little bit and met Braxton, which he looks just like a Letting. I don't know if you know what a Letting looks like. That's what a Letting looks like. And I was like, hey, we got to get voters out. And he's like, how do we get the young voters?
Right.
Braxton is 26 years old and very engaged in politics. Like he was engaged in politics long before I thought even thought about being in politics.
Yeah, that was just a year ago.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, just a year ago.
Yeah. Who's our governor? Yeah, a year ago I found out. So let's we can talk about that. So we'll talk about my voting history. I'm like, how bad is? I will actually pull it up here in a minute, Braxton. I'm gonna let you speak a little bit here on talk about how do you feel we could get young voters engaged, involved, and wanna go to the polls. Like, how important is it? Because my perspective of it was it's not important because it doesn't affect my life until it did. So there's some things that hit home with you being you're a lawyer, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm a lawyer.
So there's some things that really went into session recently that it's going to affect you. Even a 26-year-old is a young lawyer. You don't have no gray hair.
I don't know about that. You may not be able to see it yet.
I don't know. 26.
It's all falling out by 28.
So back to the point is, how are we going to get voters engaged, involved? And you see my number at the very bottom of there. There's 51,000 voters in Senate District 26. Is that what that says, Patsy?
51,883.
3. So how are we going to get more? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think there's different ways to get more people involved in voting. One, it starts with talking with the young folks that aren't voting. We have to come in and talk to these ones that are saying, well, my vote doesn't count. My vote doesn't matter.
It's just one vote.
Right. But whenever you have one vote come in that, may make a change,
right?
Because all it takes is one extra vote to really flip a scale if something's real tight.
That's right.
I think whenever we talk to people, we have to say, look, your vote matters more than what you think it does.
Right.
If you're ticked off about something, go to the polls. Make the polls count if you're ticked off about something, right? I mean, there's so many things that people do these days that, semi make a change, right? Everybody loves social media. Everybody here is on social media. And we like to get on social media and tell our thoughts.
That's right.
But what really does telling our thoughts on social media do? I mean, because most of us are kind of on the same page on about a lot of things.
Right.
You don't want to be incorrect, right? Politically incorrect.
Right. And, making moves on social media to try to make a voting drive probably isn't a bad idea because it's going to get in front of a lot of people's eyes and they're going to see it.
Right.
But making a social media post doesn't really change anybody's views on anything. It doesn't make any difference on anything. What really can make a difference is voting.
That's right. Yeah, you bet.
It does. And what leads me into saying, call these folks up here on this board and ask them questions that pertain to your life. See how they feel about things, whether maybe it's abortion, maybe it's the Second Amendment, maybe it is the prison, maybe it is the LEARNS Act, the education system that we have set up for Arkansas right now. Ask these questions, these hard questions, and determine which one is going to best represent us. Because we see the problems in Arkansas, whether it's economy, whether it's the price of food, how are we going to reduce taxes? I mean, there's so many things that's going to affect you in the long run that I've seen some young kids ask questions. And, this is the Republican primary. Let that be known. So when you sign up, I guess I need to talk about this a little bit. When you sign up, you've got three options. You could be a Democrat, you can be a Republican, or you could be optional. I'm optional.
Me as well.
And that reverted back because I'm the kind of guy that votes for the person. The newfound Colt Shelby is the guy that votes. It was 2000. Oh crap! I just had it pulled up, Braxton. So the last time Colt Shelby voted was 2016. I voted Republican. In 2012, I voted
Looks like you voted Democrat.
Democrat. But this is in a primary.
Right.
I never voted in a presidential election since then, and this is pretty good information.
Yep.
And I've only voted, last time I voted in general was, I don't know what that even means.
Looks like you wanted to vote but didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like none of these guys. I'm out of here. That could have been the case.
Almost made it to the polling
Almost
station.
made it.
There's a clock on there. They're still waiting for you.
See if I could go back and change the election right now.
That's right.
Letting that I like that. Well, so we want to look at calling these folks, finding out who you like, who is best. We've all talked to them. Spicer, Casey, Letty. You've met quite a few of them. You know some on a personal basis, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And you asked me for some phone numbers to call, and that is great. Like, how do you get everybody to do that? What?
Well, I think, you may have a lot of kids that are, I say kids, young adults.
Some people call us kids, dude.
Yeah, well, we are sometimes.
Except Johnny Crocker. Johnny Crocker thought I was way younger than these two. I love it.
Well, we know who's got the easy life. But anyways, so some of these young adults, I mean, they may be a little intimidated. I mean, you're calling a state senator or somebody running for state senate or state rep. In this case, we're covering the state senate. But I could see that being a little intimidating to them. Maybe they don't know a whole lot about voting, but I wouldn't be afraid. You can.
Who does a senator work for?
Know.
The senator works for the people, their constituents in their district.
Okay, so the senator works for the people. Do they know that?
I hope they do now.
Yeah, I think all of Arkansas, I hope they're speaking for that. And even so, here's the thing: it doesn't matter if they're Republicans. If you're an optional, you can vote in this Republican primary.
That's correct.
As long as you're not a Democrat. As long as you're not a registered Democrat, then you can vote in this primary election. And that'll be January 6th. Then we go to February 3rd will be the runoff. More than likely, with this many people, I don't see somebody getting more than 50% of the votes. I mean, they're all good. They're all good people.
Yeah.
They all come from different areas. Ted, I think he's from like the Scranton area. Stacy, Greenwood. Wade Dunn's Greenwood. Brad's Paris. Mark's Ozark. So we've got a lot of different areas here.
Right.
Spread out. It's gonna spread the votes, I would think.
Yeah, you would think.
There's 5 of them. Yeah. It's going to spread.
It's going to spread. So then after that, if there is a runoff, if nobody gets over 50% of the votes, we're going to go into the March 3rd general election, which will be the Republican candidate and then versus Adam Watson. Now, Adam is a independent.
Yeah.
And I know he's voted Republican, he's voted Democrat. I mean, all the information's out there. But Adam has been a big advocate for or against the mega prison here in Franklin County. So
he's done a lot of work.
His number's up there also, and we'll post that. And we want you guys to call anybody, find out what you want. The main thing is get out, vote, let your voice be heard, bug the crap out of these people, and find the best one.
That's right.
Yeah.
They want to work for you.
Well, they do work for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're trying to work for you right now.
And that is a big problem I think I see in the Senate and the House is a lot of them don't realize they look at that job title as I'm a state representative, I'm a state senator. Well, Duke, we went toe to toe with many of them, and I mean they got about as many brain cells as that tablecloth right there. It's pitiful.
Man, it is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
My high school education has told me that we need more people. We need better people.
How do we get these kids that are planning to vote? What can they do to encourage their friends to vote? I mean, I know a lot of people probably make TikToks. Make a TikTok about voting.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess we could.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's a bad idea. And I think there's always going to be this question of how do we get the younger generation to vote?
When's the last time you
gotta be-
voted, Braxton?
Oh, I voted in every election since I turned 18.
Golly.
Good man.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I've not missed one.
So you're 26 years old. You're a lawyer. from Ozark, Altus area.
Yeah, I want to say Altus.
Okay, we'll say Altus. Yeah, that a boy. And you voted every year. You've helped politicians get elected. I mean, that's an impressive background,
Right.
guys.
What led you to that?
You know, I don't really know
What pushes you?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
kind of what led me to it, I guess, was, I started college whenever I was 18 and saw, it's just kind of that first opening up of, the real world and seeing how it works and realizing that, as much as we probably don't want it to be, politics controls a lot of what we do.
On an everyday basis.
And
Right.
laws.
Yeah, and laws and all this stuff. And so I was like, well, the old guard is going to fall off at some point, so we're going to have people get involved.
That's right.
And I had a phenomenal political science professor whenever I was at the University of the Ozarks, who has since passed away. And I think he kind of pushed me towards that direction a little bit too, because he was always about, the students in his class, like, hey, you can come here and nag about every sort of political topic you want to, and we'll have debates about it, and we'll have
Makes it
discussions.
fun.
We'll have discussions about all this stuff that you want to have. But this classroom doesn't change anything, right? This is just four walls, and we're talking within them. You want change? Go out there in the real world and do it. The big way to do it is the polls.
Dang,
That's
that's
right.
deep. That's deep.
Good stuff.
So right now, I don't know if you can talk about it or not, but which one is going to affect you the most? Which one do you feel? Which bill, which law currently it hits home to you?
Yeah, there's not anything crazy right now. There was a big one last year that that was put up in the House and Senate that dealt with tort reform. Is the best way to put it. It's Act 28. It's active now. It took effect in August of this year, and arguably what the House and the Senate said was that we're going to limit how much somebody can recover if they've been injured by the actions of another party.
Have y'all heard this? So if you get in a car wreck, they're going to put a limit on your worth.
And the limit is based upon, so the simple way of putting this is how this bill worked. And I called every senator and representative that I could, and they got to hear an earful of it if they answered their phone, because there was a lot who didn't answer their phone. There's a lot who didn't answer their emails, but there were some people who really cared. But the way this worked was that if, say, you got
Who answered the phone more? Be honest, Democrats or Republicans?
Democrats.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They
Whenever
answered-
now, when this prison bill come out, guess who answered the phone?
Democrats.
I called 135 folks, lawmakers that work for us. Guess who were the first ones to answer the phone and call back? Democrats. I called 8 people from Northwest Arkansas 2 days ago. Text. I'm sorry, because I don't like to call. I'll text. Guess how many texts back? 1. There were 7 Republicans, 1 Democrat. 1 Democrat replied back. Why is this a problem?
They got control.
Where do you begin?
Why is this a problem, guys?
they got control.
Well,
So they don't have to listen to the people because they have control?
Well, I mean,
Joey
like Phil.
Marone, he put out a post today about the Republican chair, Joseph Woods. And he was appointed by the governor.
Right.
He is supposed to keep this state red. The ones that believe in what most Southern folks believe in. And you're right. I'm glad you said that, Braxton.
Yeah.
Because Democrats are showing more care than the Republican Party.
Hopefully we change that a little bit.
And it is very irritating because if you go to, because I've been to 7 of the 75 counties, 7, 8 Republican committees, they care. I could text any of the chairs right now. They'll text me back. They'll call me back. I mean, and they're very responsive and they show the care for the people. But the state of Arkansas's Republicans that are sitting in a seat that they don't deserve, the majority, they don't deserve it. Brian King, I've seen a couple comments on Facebook back and forth about how he don't reply. Man, they will blow it up. Like, oh, really? Brian King don't answer? You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Right.
What if it was
What was your experience with Brian King?
That's been great. I've met Brian on a couple of occasions and talked to him on the phone all the time. And
He said,
Yes.
hey, what's your number?
yeah, he sent me a message last week and said, hey, what's your number? And so I sent him a message back, and it was 2 seconds after that message delivered, my phone was ringing. Because we were just talking about Northern Franklin County, which is part of his district, and just trying to get his name back out there because he might be the best right now in Little Rock.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And, he said it best. He goes, when I get elected, I don't just work for Republicans. I work for the Democrats too.
That's right.
And they need to understand that. And he is one of the most die-hard Republican men I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
But he also understands his responsibility in that position. Like if they all had that mindset, he calls out corruption. What if we didn't have corruption in government? How much money would we save?
A lot.
Unlimited. Unlimited. Do you like, to the voters out there, do you like paying taxes? Well, keep doing what you're doing because it'll stay on that same path, because I was that guy. I lived in Cecil, Arkansas. I never had any trouble. I pay my taxes. Hell, I mowed my own ditches. I grade my own road. You know, I bring in a couple loads of gravel and dirt. Huh?
Poorly.
Well, you know, I'm on a poor man budget, dude.
I don't know what kind of road grader you had, but you may need a new blade.
You see it up there and you got to use a screwdriver to jumpstart it.
So what happens if you have, say, 20 Republicans in the Senate and 15 Democrats?
Well, it's going to flip. It's going to be like it was before.
Well, did they answer their phone then?
That I don't know. I can't answer that.
Right.
But what I do know is if you can't handle the job, don't take it. Right? Like my phone rings constantly. Y'all sat here and listened and heard ding, ding, ding. It's constant but I always reply and I always answer because I care. I care about what whoever's calling me, of what they want.
Yeah.
Of what they have to say. And it's usually something funny because I'm kind of a comical guy.
Usually when he's talking to me, there's a lot of awkward silence while he's texting everybody back to say,
Right. I've
it's
witnessed
like, you still there?
I'm still here.
Are we
I'm
going to
just
continue this talk?
in a 9-line bind.
Yeah. Hang on.
But so it is so good to me to see. And there was a 23-year-old at the candidate thing the other night. So it's really good to see that they have enough care to show up.
Yeah.
Right? Most people aren't showing up.
No, they're not showing up. I kind of want to go back.
Go back.
Just-
Go. Yeah.
just a
I
hair.
get carried away.
Because you ask why they're not answering their phone. In my opinion, we talked about this before we even started tonight. They don't make a lot of money being a senator or a rep.
That's true.
But as Colt and I talked about, there is a bunch of lobbyists down in Little Rock.
They got a lot of money,
That's
though.
who the ones get to. Those are the ones in there.
You think they'd answer their call?
the lobbyists?
Yeah.
No, I mean I don't know how much money you got.
Yeah, Braxton, you could have poor old Colt calling you and be like, man, I just want you to work for free. Or, you call Casey Brown over here and got $100,000 in his pocket taking you on a vacation. Who are you going to answer?
Yeah, right.
How are we going to ever elect you in office?
That'll change.
Think you could build a nice lectern?
19,000.
Way less than 19,000.
Really? Dang.
Yeah, you
Well,
can't go to Paris then. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we get a little sidetracked here. It doesn't take long. You start feeding off each
Right,
other.
yeah.
And, the thing about it is if I was an elected official, I would want to do, I mean, it's almost like my everyday job, right? Like working on my farm. I want to do the best job I can throughout the day to make sure I get the most accomplished.
Yep.
Working in the oil field. I want to do the best I can every day to make sure we do better than the next guy. That
There
is
you
the
go.
big thing, right? I mean, in frac service, that's what you do, right, Duke?
Yep.
Like, what happens if y'all aren't the best?
We rig down and
You get
we're gone.
replaced, right?
Yeah.
The same thing in my line of business. And what happens if you suck at the military
They'll kick you out.
and you lose wars?
Yeah, you don't want to lose anymore. But like
And-
getting shot.
And as an attorney, and that it's any industry, you can compare the government to any industry that we work in. And if you suck at your job, then you're going to fail tremendously. But, this job is big. It's other people's money. And when it keeps failing over and over and over again, like we talked about the Board of Education, we've failed our kids. I think, and I could be wrong, but our age group was probably some of the last common sense age groups. No offense to you, Braxton.
Not too.
Most 26-year-olds I know, I got a 23-year-old daughter, so I love her to death. And she is the best thing in the world. But, the work ethic, the brain, the thought process behind this is getting back to the voting part. The thought process of what she thinks is morally right versus what I think is morally right is different. And I had to come to an understanding of what she thought was morally right, to help build our relationship because it's a different time.
Yeah.
And, I may not believe in the same beliefs as my daughter does, but she can make me understand why she believes that. That open-minded concept is a lot. And for people like us, three, that didn't grow up around the way that it is now, it's different.
Oh, it's a different world.
And so this is back to the Republican Democrat category. It's like when you see Democrat, what do you think? Don't smile.
I mean, it's blue.
Yeah.
You think blue.
Liberal.
You think boys and girls locker rooms. You think transsexuals okay. You think that
Open borders.
open borders. I mean, but is that in Arkansas? Like our borders are Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're pretty open.
Louisiana. I mean, yeah, our borders are always open.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
be.
people all the time.
And then boys and girls locker rooms, is that a thing?
Hmm.
No, is it a thing? Like
Well, yeah. I mean,
here?
there should be one for each.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But is that a problem in Arkansas?
Not so much.
Yeah, not to my knowledge. That's not a huge ordeal. You know, we claim for being number one in anti-abortion.
Yeah.
Okay, move on to the next thing. We can't just keep saying that we're the best at anti-abortion and that'd be we're the best in the world. No, there's more to life than just accepting that we're constantly the best, because we're not.
Yeah, if we got to first in one thing, why don't we just stay there and start working on the other things so that we can be first in it too?
Yeah.
But that's hard to understand.
It is. What I look at is, so maybe I'm a negative person, but where do we lack in education?
Education.
We were actually really good at crime rate. I don't know if is that not good. It's good for you.
Well, that's not the kind of law. That's not the kind of law I practice.
Yeah, you know, look at these things that we're lacking in in a state, and it's huge economy. You know, hey, we're attracting. I seen recently we're attracting so many people to Arkansas. Awesome.
I think they're more just fleeing California.
Yeah, well, that's usually the case, and the cost of living is a little bit cheap. Well, it was a little cheaper here, constantly going up.
Yeah.
So when people come in from California, they got big pockets, and the price at the grocery store has went dramatically up.
Oh yeah.
You know, the
Absolutely.
cost of beef has went dramatically up. We could blame it on whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's because there's more people here.
Yeah.
And you get more people, supply, demand.
Yeah.
He's talking about fleeing. So I flew in last week from Cincinnati.
You fleed.
Um, yeah, I fleed Cincinnati.
It's cold
but-
up there.
I met a guy there on the flight. He's sitting there by me, and I think this was the flight from Cincinnati to Dallas. Anyways, he was from California, but I just wanted to say is there are good Republicans in California that don't agree.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just so heavily
yeah.
outnumbered, and they see what's happening, and they are fleeing.
I think
They've been
most
doing
of
that
them-
for years, though, and it's not a partisan conflict, guys. It is your belief in what you believe in. So me, I've leaned more towards the libertarian belief these days, right? And we actually talked about that. I know everybody, when you say libertarian, everybody looks, they shake their head.
Shame.
Crazy. That is a crazy man. So why is a libertarian? What is against libertarian?
It has a bad persona.
Well, what is bad about them?
Well, I'm not saying there's anything bad, but these days, to me, it feels like
Well, it's a two-party system, but the libertarians have always been there, just in the background. But why is everybody look bad on a libertarian? Have you researched a libertarian? I think I educated Braxton a little bit tonight. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
a
made him
little
a
bit.
believer, but
Yeah.
he's going to look it up.
Oh
well,
yeah.
you probably have a lot of libertarians out there. They just don't know it.
You're a libertarian, and you're a libertarian.
You don't tell me what I am.
I mean, to me, I think if you can mix your vote, you're probably a libertarian. If you can vote Republican one year and a Democrat the next, then you're probably a libertarian.
Do you
You're voting for what's best for your country.
Do you
what's
believe
best
in-
for your state?
Do you believe in being morally right?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
100%.
that's libertarian belief. And do you believe in let's see, what's another one? The not hurting your neighbor,
Oh yeah.
not killing people, not stealing things from people?
Yeah.
That's libertarian.
I mean, I don't usually
Smaller
steal from
government?
Anybody?
Yes.
That's libertarian.
Much
So,
smaller.
so the government.
Okay, we're all
the-
libertarians.
You're a libertarian. You're a libertarian.
The libertarians
We're all
believe in a smaller
libertarians.
government. The government shouldn't be in all of our business.
I concur.
And at this point in time, the government doesn't deserve to be in my business.
no.
I did
Well, it never
fine
did.
I did fine before when the government was in my business, because you know what? Hey, I pay my taxes, I do my thing, I go to work, I come home, go to church, copy and paste.
Yeah.
And then they got in my business,
Then we got in their business.
and then we get in their business.
Yeah.
And they don't like us in their business,
no.
but they can be in our business.
We're
Right.
living the Hunger Games. We just don't. Most people just don't realize it. We really are. Think about it. Watch the movie.
I don't know.
Make your
Braxton got really
correlation.
red on that one. He got really red. It seems like he's either said that before or he disagrees. I don't know which.
I don't think it's either.
No.
I agree with. I guess we'll just be putting our own districts. We'll fight it out at some point.
Well,
Right.
well, we're District 26 right now.
Well, but you got like
We're trying to fight it out too.
you got that higher power up there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you're just all groups. I mean, we're all districts. I mean, we don't want to compete against each other, but
Right.
that's the way they see it.
They don't
So,
want to compete
well,
against
well,
us.
we'll just have them fighting against each other, so they could make it a race fight. They could make it a Democrat fight, a Republican fight, however they want to do that.
Yeah.
And that's they do it.
Yeah.
It happens. It's been happening for years, many years.
Long time.
What about what kind of messages? Maybe even for the parents.
Well, I'm gonna pull up a district here.
Go
So
ahead.
I keep this online, and I sent it to you, Braxton, earlier, and this is something to share also. But it shows each individual Senate district if you want to look to where you're from, or well, not where you're from, but where your voting district is. So this is, I don't know if this probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but
No.
so 26 goes
No waste.
Sebastian County. We need to add this site to it.
Give it a goggle.
So yeah, I'll just explain it. Greenwood, Lavaca, Charleston, part of Boonville, Paris, O'Hill, Ozark, the south of the interstate, Clarksville, Lamar, all the way up into, dang, what's way up there? Hagerville.
Hagerville.
Dang, that's way up there.
Yeah.
That's beautiful country too. So that's a big district.
It's a huge district.
And it's very important who we look at that. Look at the size of that on the map.
Yeah.
Large.
You want to see Justin Boyd's district? He's a piece of shit.
Oh god. So close. You were
we
so close.
were so close to the end.
You were so close to being so much
I
better.
think that's it. Yep, there he is. Heck. It's really easy to toggle through. I gotta hit that X. I just have fat, wrinkled up fingers.
Speaking of Boyd, man, what
But-
about all that crap going down in Fort Smith?
Dude, it's ridiculous. That's his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's failing tremendously. They need a Democrat over there.
They need something.
That'll make that district better. Don't agree.
So I got a question. Do they still do the Capitol visits, like the field trips in school?
Yeah.
Did you go on one?
Never took one.
Never? Oh
no.
well, he's a private education type guy.
I was in public school for K through 8th grade, and then private school for 9th to 12th grade. But I don't even know if the public schools were doing it whenever.
Absolutely, County Line still does.
So
That's great.
When do they go?
They should.
They should.
But when do they go? What grade?
I think it's like
Third grade?
I think it's middle school, 5th, 6th.
Yeah, sounds right.
What if it was like your junior, senior year? You think it'd have a more effect on you as a junior? Or
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's a very valid point. Like if you took a senior trip to the Capitol to meet politicians and know what they do, go in and watch,
Right.
like we did.
Yeah.
We were basically like high school kids going in there again, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the last time I'd went
Yeah, I
to the
think-
Capitol because we didn't have to go.
Yeah.
We
I
had-
think it would make a major difference if they did it when they were like a junior or a senior. And you gave a spiel that was like, hey, these folks that work here are about to control a lot of things that deal with your adult life.
Absolutely.
And this is how it works. And this is how you can make change if you want to make change. And I think they're going to remember it better. And it's going to have a better impact if they did it when they were, 16 or 17 years old.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a good opportunity, for them to visit with a senator and kind of have something in mind. Maybe that's kind of the assignment. Is
Yeah.
find a bill that, is coming up, and we're taking our field trip to the Capitol, and we want you kids to go and talk to at least one senator and get some feedback.
Talk to
Tell 'em-
your senator. Your
Yeah,
senator should be
well-
coming to you. I think.
That's gonna
I
be
mean-
hard for them to talk to 35 kids, 45 kids.
No, I mean go to the school. Do it. I mean, hell,
Valid point.
Well,
they
yeah,
do
your
things all the
senators do,
time. Like
for sure.
I mean, honestly, I don't remember. I mean, Breedlove. What was he? He's a state rep, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So we had a state rep principal at one time, but did that mean anything to you? Yeah,
No.
no, me neither. Same thing. I like Breedlove. He busted my butt a couple times. He ever get you?
Rightfully so, I'm sure.
He get you?
No,
Burwell got you.
no, he didn't. I remember that.
Lord.
Anyway, so I did get some whoopings back in school, but
I can't imagine that. I
Yeah,
just don't
it's-
see it.
it was a real
I just don't see
thing. It was a real thing.
I got two. I got one from
Here we go. There we go down the rabbit hole.
from Miss Lovelace, and I got one. Well, it was supposed to be from Miss Holmes, but she said she was giving the swats, and I kind of laughed, and then I got it from Coach Pittman. It wasn't as funny with him. We still laughed about it a little bit,
Mr. Geist never got you.
but
either?
it had a little sting to it.
Well, but anyway, that is a good recommendation we should make to the schools, like, and especially in our district, like, hey, get these kids out, let them see the real life. I mean, it's fun, right? You can make a fun day out of the Capitol. I've had a
Senators,
blast
state
up there.
reps, go to the schools yourself and see if you can speak to them.
You get to what is it called, rotunda in the middle?
Yep.
So you get in the rotunda and you're sitting there, and I'm like an old shark in a pool of water. I'm just looking for the next piece of crap to come by, and I know everybody because
Smell
that.
blood in the water, do you?
Yeah, well, no, you just look for weakness in the eyes, and that's when that's a state senator right there, and it's pitiful. That is not who I want representing me. I want somebody that's strong, that's firm, that's confident, that knows what they're talking about. And when they go in that, Clint Penzo is a prime example.
Ooh, yeah.
Brian King, prime example. Gary Stubblefield, prime example. When you walk in that room and you sit in that chair, you know what they're fixing. Ronald Caldwell is
Yeah, he's a
another
good
good
one.
one. When they sit in that chair and they're paying attention to those bills come across that screen like an auctioneer, they know what's coming up and they know what they're going to vote for and they know what they stand for, and their constituents are going to be behind them. And when your constituents are not behind you, they should be calling, just like you said, and saying, hey, what's this about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and one of the most memorable things from last session for me was when we were there and people are up there presenting their bills, and you got a little group over here talking loud, just rambling on.
She was talking about a cancer law. It was
Groups
something to
over
do
here
with
rambling
medical and cancer. And
Yeah.
I was sitting right next to you, and there was 4 guys over here just laughing, hooping, hawing, paid no attention. But when it come time to vote, they voted one way or the other. Thumbs up, thumbs down, no vote. And it's like, this is the most unprofessional setting that I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is people's livelihood.
Absolutely, it is.
If it was one of my senators, they'd have been hearing.
Oh, it'd have been blasted. Hell, one of them was the pro temp. That was right there in the middle of it. And we pay $46,000 a year for a lieutenant governor to sit up there and just let them act like childhood kids in there. Oh, it's hot. I should post that. You're right. I did video it.
Yeah, you did.
No better time than the present. I mean, let's be
Hey,
Like, why?
let's be a shovel and dig
Like,
up
why
the
act
past.
like that though? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, and that would I think that would tick off most people, because that's the people you're voting to send down there to be your voice in the Senate or legislature or however you want to put it, House. I mean, and they're down there cackling, making jokes while somebody's probably presenting a pretty important bill.
So
yeah.
you're 26 years old. You got voted in. Say you did, as a young man. What would you do differently than what you've seen from the predecessors, the incumbents?
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of back to earlier, it wasn't very great whenever I was calling all these senators and reps about these different bills last year, and they weren't answering, or sending emails and not getting a response, or sending an email about a bill that is coming up for a vote in 2 days, and you're trying to talk to some key folks who are going to be voting on it, and they email you back 2 days later by saying, oh, sorry on the late response. If you have something else in the future you'd like to talk about, please let me know. Yeah, right.
I just spent the last 4 weeks trying to get a hold of you.
Now, session is busy.
It's incredible.
I will say that.
But
Session is busy.
well,
No buts. There is no buts.
it is. Yeah, there is a
They're
but.
down there at 8 a.m. and they're leaving at 10 p.m. There's not a lot of room. Imagine, a senator's like 80,000 folks, right? You're representing 80,000 people.
Here's the but though. You got people like Clint Penzo,
Oh gosh, he's a machine though.
and he's going home in that short amount of time, and he's preparing for that vote. And then you got other people coming in, fully rested, probably lobbyist dependent, telling you things like,
I could do
they're just gonna
better."
build a bridge across the Arkansas River right into 215.
We had a guy say that actually, and I'm like, and I asked this senator, and I hope he's changed his vote. I won't call his name right now because maybe he's against the president, realize it's a bad idea.
Realize he's been lied.
But he did say to us, I'm glad you were there because nobody else would believe me if it wasn't. He goes, "Oh, but they're going to build a bridge," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, this is a state senator
They've been gonna build an I-49 bridge for like 10, 15 years.
at $300 million," and I'm like, "Have you talked to the DOT?" He's like, "No." I was like, "They're not going to build a bridge." Because he was worried about the workforce.
You have
And he's like, "Oh, they're gonna build a bridge there."
$872 million. You're going to spend 500 of it on a bridge?
No, they got 425.
Well,
Yeah, they got
That's what they're saying
425.
they
They're
could
going to
build it
spend
for.
300 on a bridge. The rest got to be on a prison, and then they got to spend $500,000 if they get water from there, and 150 if they get water from there. So,
they couldn't build a county jail.
well,
A small one.
I mean, ain't much money left. That's a good point. Well, dang, Sarah, she's in a bind.
But that's why you got to go vote. You got to go vote. You got to call these senators. You got to call these state reps, and you got to hound them.
And you got to call these people who are running to figure out who you want.
That's
These-
right.
Exactly.
These people are people too. They'll meet you where you're at. They'll
Yeah.
talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you have an itch that needs scratched in terms of whatever your big policy issue is, they'll talk to you about it.
It could
even,
be
even if it's a policy issue that they're not for, or maybe they're
marijuana.
against.
Marijuana's a big one.
Sure.
Marijuana, in the younger generation, that's a big one.
Yeah.
What would be another one? Second Amendment.
Oh yeah. Well,
You know,
I feel
next
like-
year, January, there's some things changing with the Second Amendment.
right on.
Like, have you talked to all these about? I know you have. I know you talked to a couple of them about it, about how you believe in with the suppressors.
Oh yeah, yeah. Getting rid of the NFA would be huge, but that's a federal issue. But
It's a push.
well, like Texas several years ago, they tried to make it to where if you bought a suppressor that was made in Texas and you're a Texas resident, well, then you should be able to bypass.
Why are we not making those in Arkansas?
I don't know. Well, it didn't fly. It was a great idea.
Why are we not making them in Arkansas?
Suppressors? I'm sure there's probably someone that is. I don't know who, but I'm sure there's someone that is.
Paul Walther. They're in Fort Smith.
Oh, you got Nighthawk in Central Arkansas. You've got Wilson Combat.
To making
huge.
them? Huh?
Wilson Combat may make some.
They may, but I mean, we need to be. God,
Can't
this is,
afford anything Wilson
this is
Combat. so I don't
Arkansas.
really
We
look-
have Tyson Foods. We have JB Hunt. We have Walmart. We have some of the best worldwide companies known to man.
If you're a U.S. congressman, you could.
Did you hear that, folks? I need your support.
You can start out with
Financially.
30,000 and be at 20 million and no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Man, that would be all right, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't be drinking out of one of my $3 cups.
Oh, yeah, I would.
So
Well,
what?
I
Might
don't-
be a little bit stronger drink in there.
Yeah, more than coffee. So what else? What else we got to talk about on this voting deal? I mean, we've been quite a bit on that.
I don't know if
So-
there's a whole lot more.
No, it's
They
real.
didn't
It's a
say
really a simple, short podcast. It's supposed to be 30 minutes long, but I went a little longer. But the main thing is everybody to realize this is for the Senate seat for 26.
Yeah.
It's a huge area. These are the guys that are running, and then the lady, Stacey Smith. If nobody gets over 50% of the votes, the runoff is going to be February 3rd. You can get on the website here.
I've got the polling sites for Franklin County if you want to hear them.
Yeah, well, here, Franklin County.
Bill it.
All right. So in Franklin County on Election Day, January 6, 2026, from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., you can vote at the North Franklin County Fair Building in Ozark, the Webb City Baptist Church. That's an Ozark address, Webb City. The Altus United Pentecostal Church, the Rehoboth Baptist Church in Ozark, the Branch City Hall in Branch, and the Sacred Heart Catholic Hall in Charleston, Arkansas. So there is a lot of places to vote. There's a lot of places you can go make that vote. If you're not registered to vote, go get registered to vote. It may not sound that cool, but it's one of the coolest rights we have.
It
That's
is.
right.
It is. It is one of the best. I neglected that right for many, many years, and it'll never happen again because I learned my lesson. Thank you, Sarah Sanders, for teaching me that. Early voting sites are the courthouse in Ozark Training Room and the courthouse in Charleston, and that starts December 30th and the 31st, January 2nd, January 5th.
And we'll post all this.
Yeah, we'll have to post all this online. I'll take a snapshot of it. That's the early voting sites. And guys, so I did this thing called absentee vote because I'm going to be gone for the whole election. And with that being said, I went into the courthouse and I talked to Tammy there in Ozark, and she set me up with a paper ballot, signed it, clicked who I voted for, sealed it up, and actually it's online here, which is pretty cool. It's got my absentee ballot.
Welcome to the club.
Yep. You too?
No.
For the voting club?
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what,
One of us.
this is a proud daddy moment because I have not been good, but it's a website on Arkansas Secretary of State, and you just type it in and you can put your name in. You can find out if you're registered. If you're not registered, you can go to the courthouse and get registered, and it doesn't take no time. It's a real simple form,
5 minutes.
and boom, you're set up. But you got to do it now
That's
because the holiday's coming up, and of course nobody's going to be there. I mean,
Do it
Tammy
now.
probably would. She is so great. But go now, get registered. If you're not registered, get registered. If you're 18 and over, do your part. And if any questions, reach out to any of us here too, or make a comment.
Parents, encourage your kids to go vote. You don't have to tell them who to vote for. Maybe even challenge them to reach out and let them decide their vote. It can mean the world.
I think it's important. Well, if you look at the situation we're in now,
Oh,
we've all
gosh.
been so active.
Makes you sick.
And maybe if we would have been a little bit more proactive in the beginning, we wouldn't be here now. So hopefully that younger generation coming up can
Imagine if there
learn
was
from our mistake.
Imagine if
perhaps.
there was 300 of us versus 30 of us sitting in that state capitol.
Yeah,
Imagine if there was 3,000 of us.
Yeah.
that would make a huge difference.
Absolutely. That militia would have had nothing on Franklin County freaking Rough Riders. I said freak.
Look at you go.
Good save.
It's close to Christmas and all, you know.
I'd be doing so good these days.
Well, has anybody else got anything?
No, that's all I got. I just want to make sure that, this gets out there and let us know if you need anything.
Yep. Get involved, stay involved, and
Give
Thanks.
us a quick recap, Braxton. Just
Okay.
what all we need to do.
Gosh.
Just
if you're not registered to vote, get registered to vote. If you are registered to vote, vote. If you have kids that are of the age to vote who are not registered to vote, promptly tell them to get registered quickly and prod them to go vote. They should know that is their voice.
That's
And
right.
that voice matters, and it will always matter here in the United States of America, and it will always matter here in the state of Arkansas. And I think if people knew how much their vote mattered, the polls would have lines all the time.
There'd be more than 51,000.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There'd be way more than 51,000.
if you're 18, one of these senators is going to make a decision that will affect you for most all your life.
The next 3
For a-
years.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because if they vote on a bill and it passes and it has no expiration clause, it's staying around until somebody says we need to get rid of it.
Get out and vote, kids.
So
Yep.
that would be my main recap. And if anybody wants to talk about how I got involved or how you can get involved and stay involved, I'd be happy to talk with anybody. So you can find me on all social media platforms. If you see a guy sitting in a room playing a guitar,
And he's single
you
and
found the right-
looking.
you found the right place.
Yeah, reach out to anybody if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to a state senator right away. Reach out to any of us. Reach your parents, whoever, grandparents. Talk to somebody.
I get randoms texting me all the time, asking me some kind of question that, like, man, I got to find out. But I don't mind. I mean, we're open books,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. We want to learn from our mistakes and try to help make the next generations do better than what we did.
Right. No doubt.
We are part of the greatest experiment.
That's you. That's your generation.
Yeah,
I'm talking
we're-
about.
we're
We're
part-
the old guys here.
We're part of the greatest experiment to ever grace this world, and we can't let that liberty die.
No,
we
that's
we
right.
got to keep it alive, and the way we do that is by staying proactive on all these issues.
That's right. Well, everybody, go vote. Your vote counts. Your vote matters. Go vote.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. You want to say bye, Eric?
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
it out. You better have it out before January 6th.
Yeah. All right.